back like we never left. SB with the live reaction to the beginning after the end. This week, reading chapters 222. So, T-Bait, chapter 222. Not alone. Alright, boy, let's see it. Let's see it, bruh. Let me close my window real quick a little bit. 222. We see a nice shot of some dubs. Tweet, 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 tweet. Tweeting around the castle as Arthur probably just ran off. Dipped off to the balcony, just looking out. Just thinking, boy. Man got a lot on his mind for real. And we see Camus pulls up. Knocks on the door. That was quite a show, Camus says. I won't lose like that again. I mean, your little speech at the end, not the fight itself. Although, both were entertaining. Camus continues. Your role and title may weigh heavily on you, but you're not the only one who feels that way. And Camus walks next to Arthur, as Arthur is still looking depressed, boy. Everyone here has faced their share of burdens, both on the battlefield and off. Heck, even your sister speaks like she's wise beyond her years. She and my parents are a big part of why I'm in this war. He sighs. Understandable. Protecting loved ones is the biggest motivator for soldiers in battle. But it's the loss of them that leads soldiers to forget their reason for fighting. Oh, wait. Yo. I can't help but take this as low-key foreshadowing, bro. Because we already know that there are death flags on the parents, boy. Like, in my mind, and particularly Ray, bruh. Ren, like, let's keep going. I don't want to hear that foreshadowing, bro. That's tough. It sounds like you speak from experience, Arthur says to Camus. A story for another time. But the reason I remained secluded for so long, it's the reason I remained secluded for so long. Arthur goes, but Virion mentioned you're the head of a unit now. And he goes, an empty title. After I lost my wife and Vision in the last war, I had no intention of ever fighting again. And he goes, I see. Wait, your Vision? And we find out that this man Camus has been blind the whole time. Are you shitting me? Are you kidding? Arthur, same like us, looks over to Camus and goes, wait, your Vision? And then we see Camus lifts up his hair, because again, his bangs have covered his eyes the whole time. Lifts up the bangs and we see a gnarly scar right across both his eyes, bro. Blinded. Insane. You're telling me you haven't been able to see this entire time? And he goes, surprised? Of course I'm surprised. We've been training for weeks, and not once did I suspect anything. I'm weak. And he goes, combat aside, none of your mannerisms ever gave away that you can't see. And obviously, like, we see shots of, like, Camus, Bund, and Hester, like, messing around, you know. He's blown, like, a sheet in her face with wind magic, because they're fooling, like, messing around, just, like, you know, chilling and shit. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, Arthur was like, hey, even when y'all were just cooling, I never thought you were blind. You never showed any signs, bro. He goes, I can still see. But seeing with your eyes is such a plebeian practice. Control over wind allows one to sense even the smallest environmental changes. I just can't see facial expressions, which is probably why I come off as rude. Or so I'm told. Crazy, bro. Do you ever miss your sight? Arthur asks him. He goes, idiot. Of course he misses it. Who wouldn't miss one of their senses? Arthur already regretting. He goes, Camus goes, at times. But the last thing I ever saw with my eyes was my wife. That keeps her intact inside me. That's sad, but sweet. I'd love to hear more sometime. Don't cry, Arthur. Don't cry. And we see Arthur's inner monologue as he's like sobbing inside. And Camus puts his hand on Arthur's shoulder. He goes, you're young, General Arthur. Nothing good comes from hearing tragic stories when there's a war ahead of you. Now, off you go. And he pushes him with some wind magic. Get some rest and come back tomorrow with a clear head. And if I catch so much of a whiff of you going easy on me, I'll knock you down so hard. He said, don't worry. I'm actually a little more scared of you now, right? I feel that. I'm with Arthur. Having learned that Camus was blind the whole time and he gave no signs to being blind, that definitely makes me a little more nervous and cautious of him, bro. Because I kind of thought that Camus was on the lower end of the four. I kind of thought it was like Hester, Bund, Camus, Kathleen. I kind of now believe that Camus might be the strongest out of all of the four, bro. The fact that he's blind and still moving like this is crazy, bro. That shit is insane. It's a good thing we're allies then. Remember, Arthur, a war isn't fought alone. Shit, boy. It was a good thing we're allies because a war isn't fought alone. Arthur looks on. Okay. See, and we get into the flashback now. We cut away from the scene with Camus and Arthur. Great scene. Letting Camus level that boy's head because he was going through a lot, bro. So I like Camus doing that shit, bro. It's very sick. And I also think it's significant that Camus did it because Arthur does have a very significant and special bond with elves, bro. Obviously, Grandpa V personally trained Arthur as a young child. Him and Tessia are damn near together. You know what I'm saying? Damn near together. Like they have a good relationship. So for Camus to be the one to level Arthur's brain and bring him back to reality and be like, "Hey, bro, it's cool and we understand that you have a lot of burden and it's heavy, but you don't have to do this by yourself. We're here to aid and help you, and everyone feels the same way." You know? So I like that a lot. But then we cut away from that and we cut to the flashback now. We see, boom, someone on the floor, a clank. We see a Division 2 candidate defeated. And we see that boy Gray. Oof. When I first arrived at the academy, I didn't know the system was corrupt. If this had been my first competition, I'd have thought the victory would move me out of Division 3. Boo! But 1 year in, I no longer believed hard work would offer fair results. And we see Cecilia and that boy Nico looking on as as Gray, in their fighting. You look on. What is there to discuss? I clearly won the battle. Cadet Gray, no surname. While your match was impressive, especially your martial arts, he grits his teeth. Poor key utilization indicates you're lacking in fundamentals. Therefore, you will move up from Class 2 to Class 1 within the 3rd Division. Oh my God. Congratulations, Arthur. I mean, Jesus, Gray. Arm shaking with fucking frustration, bro. There's no point in arguing. We see one of the girlies laughs. Lady Vera. My apologies. I thought Judge Drem was pulling the kid's leg by saying he's lacking in fundamentals. Lady Vera, in the sanctity of these annual assessment duels, your behavior is unacceptable. He goes, no. She goes, no. What's actually unacceptable and pathetic is holding that kid back because he's not from a distinguished house. And that's what it is. Because you also notice how when the proctor or the headmaster or whatever the guy at the academy is, right? When he says Gray, he has to mention no surname. Like he wants to let people know that, hey, this kid from nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like suspect shit. And Lady Vera peeps it. What? I did no such. Then how can you possibly justify placing Cadet Gray in anything less than Division 1? I hope this lady has a physical strength or the political backing to justify her lack in respect for the judge. His key utilization is a step above the Class 2 students in Division 1. What you call lacking is actually him making up for his lower key level. And to an impressive degree. Lady Vera, while I'm grateful for your insight, I've been a judge for nearly 20 years now. Please show me the respect I've earned in this field. Fine. I'll respect your verdict, Judge Drem. She taps her finger on the chair. Oh, shit. And as she taps her finger on the chair, she damn near teleports speed blitzes right in front of Gray, bro. What in the... Like Judge Handlebar said, you'll stay in Division 3, kid. But what do you say to me becoming your personal mentor? Ooh, that's fire. And we see Lady Vera puts her hand out to that boy Gray. As memories from my past life resurfaced, as Arthur continues training, we see a fire blast now. I had to wonder. And we see Arthur kind of using and utilizing some of the things he was taught by some of the other people, you know, Byron, Hester, Munch, like that. Because we see him coupling the fire strike with the lightning to boost the speed and shit, you know what I'm saying? We see him actually applying these things now. But he continues to talk, monologue to himself. I had to wonder, what was I doing in this world? Oh, shit, bro. So he asking the real questions now, bro. We're getting to like real questions. Because obviously, we have no clue why or how Arthur got reincarnated. Gray got reincarnated into Arthur. You know what I'm saying? So he's now asking the questions once again, like, why the fuck am I here? We see Camus fighting, shoots a wind blast at him as Catelyn goes to attack Arthur. Arthur summons an ice shard in his hand. Was it all a coincidence? You see Arthur makes an ice sword to ping, block the attack from Catelyn. Or was it fate? I had nowhere near enough information to understand how I came to this world. Yep, that's what I'm saying, boy. The Asuras, mainly Lord Indrath, knew more about me than they shared. And that obviously tracks, because we cannot forget, that way back, I'm talking about chapter 10-ish, way back when that boy Arthur was in the forest, like, separated from his family, and he was with Grandma Sylvia, you know what I'm saying? When Grandma Sylvia passed away and that Vitra pulled up to get her, She knew who he was. She said, when you get to White Core, you'll learn more King Gray. So she knew he was reincarnated somehow, some way. So it makes sense that Indrath and the other Asuras, or mainly Indrath, know what the fuck going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Arthur nodding. Alana shaking his head. I never get any sort of answers without offering something in return, Arthur waving as he leaves. Maybe if the Cathan came out of this war victorious, Lord Indrath would be more inclined to open up. But there was a surer way to get some answers. White Core. And just as I'm saying this, bro, just as I'm saying, and I was bringing up the scene from back then, we get the flashback from that then, exactly what happened. When your White Core is past the white stage, you will hear from me once more. At that time, I will explain everything. Let me see. Alright, looking back to Arthur. Hopefully, the mana from Uto's horn will help me break into the White Core stage. He opens his door. Oh shit. So as he opens the door, something happens? Who's in here? Oh, fuck. So Arthur opens the door and he gets the aura from Sylvie, and it's just a big ass dragon, but Sylvie's little body on the bed. Oh my gosh. Sylvie? Oh my god, that was crazy. And Sylvie yawns, wakes up. Arthur, what's wrong? With me? Nothing. Are you okay? Slams the door. He goes, what do you mean? Your body was changing, transforming while you were asleep. I saw a hand. And Arthur waving his hand and shit. Oh. Well, I'm fine. Actually, I feel pretty good. The mana from this horn is really potent. It's nice to see you're making progress. I'm still struggling with Uto's horn, but I'm making up for it in training. The mana just flows inside me naturally, almost like it's my own. It's not surprising it's different for you. See, so she snuggles up to the horn, but I can feel your strength rising steadily. Your training is going well. Just be patient. It's a good sign Sylvie can recognize a difference in my strength as he starts petting Sylvie as she snuggles up to him. But I can't be satisfied with just that. He summons the horn. I have to reach White Core. He grips it in his hand. Earlier. Okay. That was quite a show as he knocks on. Are you looking for someone, Elder? Eh? I'm weak. Damn it! Wrong balcony. That's so funny. So as Camus was looking, that's so hilarious. He did that line more than once. It's so funny. Damn it! Wrong balcony as he walks off. TV chapter 222 ends, bruh. I really like how we're getting to the real thick of it, boy. It's getting there, bruh. Us continuing and now starting to ask the question again of why Arthur's here. Was it a coincidence? Was I fated to do this? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Us reminding that in the White Core he learns more about what's going on. Learning that Indrath knew more than he was saying, and then he might have more insight into what Arthur's actually doing here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm very curious because again, I don't understand or know how Grandma Sylvia could know that it was King Gray, right? I don't, like, part of me wants to say there's like a prophecy, but like I don't know if that's actually part of this thing, bro. Like I don't know if like we're dealing with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how else she would know. You know, so I'm very curious to figure out why when that happens. So I need Arthur to hit white core ASAP, bro. ASAP. You know what I'm saying? ASAP. But yeah, made to end live reaction. I appreciate y'all so much. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like on the video. It would help the boy out, and also subscribe to the channel. We're bringing different live reactions every single week. You know what I'm saying, I'm gonna see y'all next time. Stay safe out in these streets, and I'm gonna see y'all soon. Peace.